In the shadow of the glory of Messiah, from the pen of George Frederick Handel, came Judas Maccabeus, an oratorio written in 1746 and inspired by the English victory at Culloden. This version opens with solo cornet before gradually adding voices and building in dynamics until the sound drops to a solo tuba, followed by a stirring climax. Before we begin, I'd like to ask our conductor, Charlie Mann, to briefly go around and familiarize you with the instruments you're hearing today and their history and why they're part of a British brass band.
It's on? It's on? Everybody can hear me now? Oh, gee. Well, our flutes and piccolo are over here on your left. Mark Danielson on soprano cornet handles all the high notes for us. He's the band director at Maryville High School. Next to him is the trumpet instructor at Valparaiso University and a former student there of mine, Chuck Steck, who is playing what we would call utility trumpet if we had trumpets, because he's playing the repiano part on the cornet, which sometimes doubles the seconds. Go ahead, Chuck, stand up. Let them see your smiling face. And sometimes doubles the soprano trumpet, and sometimes doubles the flugelhorn, and sometimes just plays stuff that nobody else in the whole band has. The rest of this section on this side are the cornets, first, second, and third, and they're the mainstay of a brass band, just like the clarinet section is the mainstay of a concert band. And the rest of the instruments of this group are all members of a regular concert band that includes woodwinds. We don't mention Woodwinds Kelly around here very much. Kelly, by the way, is the young lady whose maternity leave that I took. Natalie's mother is sitting right here. You can tell which one she is because her face is all pink now. But an instrument, you're welcome. An instrument, I figure if we were going to embarrass your little girl, we might as well embarrass mom too. One instrument that isn't ordinarily used in a regular concert band are the alto horns. Can we have the alto horn section stand up, please? Or at least hold your instruments up, or both. They look like little tiny tubas. They're kind of a piccolo tuba, I guess. And they take the place of what's now traditional French horn. Natalie, stand up and show us your instrument, which is pitched a step higher, but my goodness, look at all the extra stuff the hardware she has on that instrument. I bet it's twice as heavy, too. All right, horn section, have a seat. There's one other instrument in the band that doesn't appear in most regular bands anymore. And by the way, the alto horn used to be what the French horn part is now in band. And that is the flugelhorn. The flugelhorn was made popular in the 1970s or so when Johnny Carson still had the Tonight Show, and Clark Terry was his lead trumpet player, besides Doc, of course. And Clark made the flugelhorn very popular as a jazz instrument, and its only other use nowadays is in the British-style brass band. So enough of that. Let's move on with the rest of our program. Don, let me give you your microphone back. We just wanted to give those of you who may not have heard or seen a brass band before an idea of what you're up against. Oh, and of course there's the percussion as well. And they're the ones that keep us honest. If we begin to lose the beat up here, we just listen to the drums and everything's hunky-dory.